Okay.
Nichelle, can you hear us? I don't think so.
All right, good evening. I'm gonna call this meeting, a special board meeting in open workshop to order. First, and we're here tonight, to do finalization of the leadership profile for our superintendent search. Before we get to that, we have some minutes to approve. So first is I move to approve the minutes from the special meeting and open session dated April 14th, 2023. Can I get a
Second. Sure.
all right, second? Thank you, Board Member Vandermeulen. Are there any objections to approving these minutes by kind of unanimous approval?
I'm sorry. No objections, except that my says that we can't hear her.
Oh,
So I guess I do.
okay, so let's hold then. We have a technology.
Can you hear us all?
Yeah, we can.
Hello,
Oh.
hello.
Okay, great. We've been trying to get y'all to hear us.
Sorry.
He heard you know. Okay, are there any objections to the minutes from April 14th, 2023 being approved unanimously?
No.
All right, hearing and seeing none, those minutes will be approved. I move to approve the minutes from the special meeting and open session dated April 17th, 2023. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Board Member Vandermeulen. Are there any objections to approving those minutes with unanimous approval? All right, hearing and seeing none, those minutes are approved. I move to approve the minutes from the special meeting and open session dated May 1st, 2023.
Second.
All right, thank you, Board Member Muldrow. Are there any objections to approving those minutes with unanimous approval? All right, hearing and seeing none, those minutes are approved. At this point, we are being joined today by Monica Rosen, CEO of Alma Group. We have a updated draft of the superintendent profile and a motion to approve. I can make the motion, we can second it, open up for discussion, and then see if there's any additional comments or edits. Should we do it that way? All right, I move that the Board of Education approve the leadership profile for the superintendent search as set forth in the materials prepared for this meeting.
Second, Maya Pearson.
Thank you, Vice President Pearson. I heard Board Member Vandermeulen just slightly ahead of you, so we'll take the second from her. Why don't we open it up for any discussion? And Monica, is there anything in particular that you would like to kind of direct us in terms of discussion?
Thanks. No, we appreciate the feedback we received and really just want to ensure that everyone is in agreement with the way the profile is described, that it's emphasizing the right responsibilities and priorities, and that the skill sets required are not missing anything that a board member feels they're going to be looking for in candidates. Because after today, we will, with the board's approval, we will post this position and we will begin screening against the things that are outlined in the profile itself.
Great, thank you. Board Member Vandermeulen.
On page 2, this is should be comma after including among resident. Then it should be
Wait, what section?
under champion bold and unwavering advocacy for each of our students. It should be comma after among students. And then you don't need the with, a disability should be capitalized. Students with disabilities, not with disabilities, it's students with disabilities.
Okay, do you hear that, Monica? Okay, thank you for catching that, Board Member Vandermeulen.
Otherwise, I'm fine.
Okay, so otherwise you're good. Why don't we just do hear from each board member, even if you think the final version or the version presented today looks good. Who would like to start? Board Member Mosner Feltham. Thank you.
I think it looks good. Thank you for your work on that. I look forward to the next step in the search.
Vice President Pearson, any thoughts on the updated job profile?
No, no thoughts. It looks great. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Castro?
No, thank you for the work you put in. It felt like you captured our feedback from a week or two ago very well.
Thank you very much. Board Member Muldrow?
Thank you, Board President Nichols. I want to emphasize the minimum qualifications. So Monica, my understanding is that the minimum qualifications that are named here are actually the legal requirements to be a superintendent in the state of Wisconsin. Is that correct?
No, the minimum qualifications express both the board's preferences, and we do have that final bullet there that they should meet eligibility criteria for the superintendent's license in the state of Wisconsin.
Is there anywhere where we outline what the eligibility requirements for the state of Wisconsin are?
Not at this time.
Can I ask what the implications are for somebody applying who does not meet those requirements?
Yeah, we typically expect the candidates to do that research on their own, especially because it's a national search. You know, so if you want us to summarize that, we can, but we thought it would make sense to just have that they meet that eligibility criteria, and we would expect any superintendent candidate to be able to identify whether or not they do.
How do we verify that? So if we're expecting them to identify that for themselves independently, what does our verification process look like for ensuring that they meet the eligibility criteria for a superintendent's license in the state of Wisconsin? The other thing I want to ask is, when we hired a previous superintendent, they did not actually yet meet all of those requirements. And we had the ability to work with them over a brief period of time so that they could meet all of those requirements. How do we factor that in?
Exactly. So that's so that would be part of this pre-screening that the ALMA team would do, is to verify individuals' eligibility or their ability to become eligible. So what we don't want is to having a superintendent's license in the state of Wisconsin to be a prerequisite. We just want to know they can meet the eligibility criteria, and it would be the ALMA team's responsibility to verify that before we move a candidate forward.
Thank you so much for speaking to that. I want to emphasize that at least 3 years of teaching/classroom experience in a direct student-facing role is something that was emphasized. And I want to thank you for, bringing out the salient points you heard from both the board and the community, as well as our educators, our principals, our administration. I think that this is a really well-crafted document, and I'm excited to see who we attract to the district, given kind of how this document demonstrates the district's commitment to equity and inclusion.
Thank
That's it
you.
for me. Thanks, Monica.
Thank you. All right, I will add that I don't have any additional edits on this draft. There are a couple things that I specifically saw that you incorporated since our last meeting. So I can see under the champion, bold, and unwavering advocacy for each of our students that you did include First Nations and Native Americans specifically, as Board Member Vandermeulen had commented. I do want to let the board know that under the established coherent plan systems and structures, that section, I did add some language that says the superintendent, that first bullet, will translate the strategic framework into short and long-term priorities, strategies, and goals, adjusting as needed as the board articulates expectations for student results. And that is kind of a nudge towards the board governance work that we want to do, where we would be setting those student results, and we don't have those at this time, but at least that's referenced. I'll say that under the skills, I felt like the section, the bullets around all of the demonstrated ability to implement and manage equitable practices speaks really strongly of the kind of equity leader that we're looking for. I know that board member Castro had talked at our last meeting about wanting kind of research-based evidence, and I know that's in here. I can't see exactly what section, but I know I saw it. And I know that board member Simkin had also talked about kind of that track record of improving students. That's in here. And board member Mosner Feltham, the comments you made at the last session around really centering student voice and bringing in students in decision-making. I thought that you had mentioned that.
I think it was.
Oh, that was board member Simkin. Okay. Well, it seems like all of our voices have been incorporated. And so I don't know. I think we're in good shape with the one correction that I heard from board member Vandermeulen tonight to separate Hmong students separately from students with disabilities. So that first bullet under championing bold and unwavering advocacy will be all inclusive.
And disabilities capitalized.
And disabilities capitalized.
Otherwise, I love it.
All right. Board member Simkin, I know you just walked in. I don't know if there's anything. We're just doing a quick whip around to see if there were any further edits or suggestions on this updated draft. And most board members have said it looks good, but I'm not sure if there's anything that you wanted to add. You're in agreement. Okay. All right. Well, we've had the motion and it's been seconded. No further discussion. All right, then I'll do a roll call vote on all those who are in favor of approving the leadership profile for the superintendent search with the correction noted this evening as set forth in the materials prepared for this meeting. So I'll start with board member Muldrow.
Aye.
Board member Vandermeulen.
Aye.
Board member Simkin.
Aye.
Board member Nichols. Aye. Board member Vice President Pearson.
Aye.
Board member Mosner Feltham.
Aye.
Board member Castro.
Aye.
Wonderful. So we have an approved job profile for our superintendent search. And Monica, thank you for making that last correction and getting that posted. With that,
Thank
I'll take, oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, thank you
Anything
very
you wanted to say?
Yeah, last comments. Thank you so much for this and appreciate the board's engagement in this process. This will be posting within the next 24 hours. So we will get information to you so that all board members can share on your own social media and within your own networks. And the Alma team is actively recruiting and looking forward to bringing you a strong slate of candidates.
I asked.
Yeah, board member Muldrow.
So we will open the portal in the next 24 hours. How long will our portal be open?
It was, so the Alma team's practice is to always be recruiting. So we actually don't take it down until you have an accepted offer. However, the next few weeks are going to be very critical for the search process. So we're encouraging all applicants to try to get their application in within the month of November, if at all possible, because that's the best way to ensure, full consideration for the role. So we don't tend to have an actual application deadline. It will stay open, but the next few weeks are top prime time for people to get their applications in.
My follow-up question for that would be, what is the next step or what's the board's role while that window is open over the next few weeks?
So the board's role the next few weeks are to work with the Alma team to design the steps of the screening process. We're coming together for a retreat, and we'll be designing all of the steps of screening. to send any interested candidates to the Alma team directly so that we can get them into our process. So if anybody comes to you that wants to be considered, please connect them with us right away and we'll take it from there. So those are the next two steps for us.
Thank you so much.
Great. Any other follow-up questions for Monica while we have her present? All right, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
I heard Vice President Pearson just before Board Member Muldrow. All those in favor of
Aye.
adjourning the meeting? Aye. Meeting, Board Member Castro? Okay, great. Meeting adjourned 7-0. Yeah, 7-0. Thank you.